My channel name is called 711s, but every single day I receive over 2,000 messages to change my name to... Every day I receive over 2001 messages to change my channel name to 911s. But since I'm from Australia, I don't really know much about the 9/11 incident, and so it's kind of hard for me to understand whether this name would be too offensive, especially since the 9/11 guy is still alive today and apparently does live streams on Twitch. However, while I was doing research, I found out for the very first time that the 9/11 guy had actually been killed over 10 years ago. How America killed the world's most wanted terrorist by Atrium.
May 2nd, 2011.
2011. So how did I only just find out about this in 2025? That's 14 years. Damn.
2 helicopters are traveling towards Abbottabad, Pakistan. On board are 24 Navy SEALs. Their target is the man behind the September 11th attacks, Bin Laden. The mission is top secret, known only to the highest ranks of the US government. After a decade of searching, the world's most wanted man has finally been located. The operation has 3 main steps. First, they must land undetected.
Bro, I love like the Mr. Beast formatting of like this video. It's like the Mr. Beastification of the like the 9/11 guy's assassination. This is like a roadmap. This is what I used to do for some of my other videos as well. We have the roadmap with the 3 steps. Like here, look, it's literally a Mr. Beast video.
First, they must land undetected. Second, they must enter the compound. And finally, they must eliminate or capture the target. However, Bin Laden is aware of every threat, so his building is heavily guarded. 12-foot-high walls surround the complex, made of solid concrete, reinforced with barbed wire. The main structure is a 3-story building. Every window is blacked out. Balconies have privacy walls and shades, so high-altitude drones cannot see inside.
Wait, but then wouldn't it be better to just like not build balconies then? Instead of building a balcony and then making like a protective barrier, why don't you just like skip the step and just like not even build the balcony?
The SEALs are going in blind. After 90 minutes flying across the feet of the Hindu Kush Mountains, the compound is in sight. Now they must land without being detected, although they have a big problem. 18 minutes to target. The White House deliberately withheld information from the Pakistani government, worried that Bin Laden could be tipped off. If spotted, the SEAL team will be treated as hostile forces. To make matters worse, less than a mile away from the compound is a Pakistani military academy that is heavily armed.
Wait, so the 9/11 guy, he's not from Pakistan, but he was hiding in Pakistan. And then the USA didn't tell the Pakistan government that they were sending their helicopters to kill the 9/11 guy, just in case the 9/11 guy found out and like fled. So now they have to go in and fight against the Pakistan like military force over here. Okay, great.
That's why this plan has been crafted by some of the world's greatest tactical minds. First, they must fly low en route to the compound, decreasing the chance of being tagged by Pakistani radar. Upon arrival, 1 helicopter is designated to hover over the roof, enabling SEALs to fast rope down and breach the building from above, taking the residents by surprise.
Taking the residents by surprise? Can't you hear like one of these helicopters from like a mile away? Especially if they're just like hovering over your house. Like if there was a helicopter hovering over my house, surely I would be able to hear it.
The second helicopter is tasked with deploying another team at the front of the main building, ensuring the assault is conducted from multiple angles, preventing anyone inside from trying to escape. Finally, 3 helicopters are waiting on standby in case backup is needed. As the men sit in the helicopter, President Obama observes from the comfort of the White House. Despite 8 months of planning, they forgot one important detail. The first helicopter descends to drop SEALs off onto the compound's roof. While attempting to hover, the pilot loses control and nosedives into the central courtyard. The tail of the aircraft breaks into 2. Seeing this, the second helicopter reacts and safely lands in the open field outside the compound.
Wait, they crashed their helicopter? Wait, did it explode or not? How is that possible? This is GTA. This is what happens in GTA if you try to crash your helicopter. Like the tail can fall off, but then it doesn't explode? How did it not explode? And did this have all like the soldiers in it as well? Is this the one important detail that they forgot about? Was the one important detail that like the helicopter flyer didn't have their license?
Luckily, none of the passengers are injured.
Huh? Wait, that doesn't make sense. You can crash a helicopter and none of the passengers can be injured? This seems like... I I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but like, what if this story wasn't true though? Like who told the story? Who told the story? Like, what if everything was just like a lie in order to sort of like brainwash the USA people, like the citizens and everything? I don't know. That's just like the first thing that sort of came to my head. I think like, mate, like I'm not a conspiracy theorist though.
The SEALs quietly assemble at the critical points of entry, unsure if they've already alerted everyone inside.
Bro, you crash your helicopter and you're still unsure whether you've alerted everyone inside. If a helicopter crashed like in my property, like I think I might know like something's wrong.
The real test is about to begin. While on the ground, it's clear just how self-sufficient the complex is, allowing Osama bin Laden to minimize contact with the outside world. A greenhouse is located to the northeast. Here,
damn, it was growing felony drugs as well. Is he trying to rack up like as many charges as possible?
Here, vegetables are grown.
Oh, okay, it wasn't
Nearby
weed.
are a couple of animals, both helping reduce the number of trips to grocery stores. In the same area, piles of trash are burnt instead of being left to the local rubbish collectors. The CIA had never observed bin Laden entering or leaving the building, allowing him to remain undetected with his family for over 5 years. That was until now. After last being sighted in 2001, it took the CIA 9 years to find bin Laden. One team is tasked with breaching the gate that leads to the guest house. Multiple SEAL groups position themselves around various entrance points on the ground floor. The final team is posed outside the compound to ensure the neighbors can be controlled if they wake up.
Wait, he had neighbors? Did they realize that their neighbor was the 9/11 guy? Bro, imagine when he like first moved into this house. And you know how like sometimes like, you know, you bring your neighbors like baked cookies with, like when they move into their house? Imagine these guys like bringing cookies and then they like just immediately just get shot in the head.
3 SEALs breach the entrance of the guest house. They enter to see a man with an AK-47. They radio to the rest of the team that the guest house is cleared. 3 dead, one of which is Abu Ahmed al-Kuwaiti. This is bin Laden's messenger and one of his closest confidants, the man who unknowingly gave away their location. Many captured followers would frequently mention his alias during interrogations. After discovering his identity, the CIA tracked his whereabouts, leading to this compound in the city of Abbottabad, and coincidentally, bin Laden. But of all places, why would bin Laden choose to hide in the country of Pakistan? With heavy American occupation in Afghanistan, remaining would be too risky. Pakistan, being a neighboring country, made it simple to slip across the border undetected. At the same time, the proximity to his group allowed couriers to report progress and activities easily.
Well, I mean, my first thought kind of sounds stupid now. I thought the reason why he chose Pakistan was because like maybe he likes Pakistan food, like maybe. But I guess the real reason is a lot more tactical.
Back on the ground, step 2 of the mission begins, breaching the inside of the compound. The team at the southern entrance carefully unlocks the door and enters the first floor. This area is where the family spends their free time. The first room is a typical sitting room with floor-level couches decorated with abstract floral patterns.
Bro, it's so hard to like try and understand that like this guy was like, he was trying to live a normal life. Like the 9/11 guy was trying to live a normal family life after doing the 9/11 attacks. Like he ruined, like how many people died in 9/11? It was like at least thousands. So he ruined thousands of families and yet he's trying to live like a normal family life himself.
The place is grungy, a far cry from what one might expect of a house in this affluent area. Opposite the kitchen is a room that serves as a makeshift classroom. Here, the many children of the house are homeschooled in Arabic.
Damn.
In the shadows, a man crosses the corridor. He leans out the doorway and the SEALs fire. They quickly push into the room.
Wait, how did no one in the house like hear that the SEAL team had entered? Like, first of all, they didn't hear the helicopter crash, and then second of all, they didn't hear the gunshots from like the guest house. Bro, I don't know, like I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but like a lot of the things, it doesn't seem to add up. Like, how's that guy just casually walking across the hallway after hearing like 3 people get shot in the back?
They quickly push into the room. Inside, another man desperately reaches out to grab a rifle. The threat has been eliminated. Still weary that other armed house members might be on the first floor, the SEALs spread out and clear each room, but no one is present.
But I mean, even that guy, so he goes to grab his rifle, but he had time though. Like the other guy got shot like maybe like a minute ago, like 30 seconds ago. Surely you can grab your rifle within 30 seconds, but he only decides to grab his rifle as they enter the room, like 30 seconds after like he heard the bullets.
The SEALs may have made it inside, but a solid metal door stands between them and the second floor.
I mean, can't you just climb over it? It looks like they haven't really constructed that metal door like that well. You just climb over it. You got the perfect holes for your feet. You just climb over it. Just go over this gap at the top.
It's too strong for their standard charges to break through. High-power explosives would be effective, but the noise would jeopardize the mission. Instead, they deploy precision breaching charges, small but focused blasts meant to disable the lock without drawing attention. They need another way in. The SEALs exit and radio to give the all clear for the first level.
Wait, so they got stopped by a metal door. So they couldn't go through because of a metal door? You can just climb over. Okay. I don't know whether this is like offensive to say, but like, if I was that, I could climb over that myself.
But the mission is far from over, and getting to the second floor poses a complex and potentially deadly challenge. 6 minutes to the target. The second SEAL team landed outside and arrived at the front of the compound. They see the entrance to the second floor with a staircase and security gate that need to be opened by force. After executing the charge, the team carefully climbs the stairs leading to the second floor.
That was a pretty loud explosion.
They hear footsteps above. Looking down is an individual with a white t-shirt, curious about what's happening.
Oh.
He's neutralized.
Wow. He was just asking a question. An individual in a white t-shirt comes down the stairs curious as to what's happening.
It's Osama bin Laden's son, Khalid. The team sees inside the compound's second floor for the first time. Despite having no phones or internet, this is where the residents keep themselves up to date about the events of the outside world. The control center for high-ranking group members consists of 3 rooms filled with critical information. Each setup contains multiple computers, hard drives, and storage devices full of secrets and operations.
Damn, these are hella old computers. What year was this? 2011? Did computers really look like this in 2011? Do you reckon they had games on these? What game was released in 2011? Maybe like CS:GO? Was that out yet? Valorant? Maybe they played Valorant on here? Maybe League of Legends. Do you reckon he was a League of Legends player? Like every time he loses a game of League, he just molds and he finds the IP address of like the other team and then he sends some group to like bomb their house.
Bin Laden was clever in using a method of communication that made it nearly impossible for the CIA to track. He avoided using online messages and direct electronic communication, relying instead on a courier system to remain undetected. He preferred writing handwritten letters, although if he wanted to send messages over long distances, he would store them on a USB flash drive, and a courier would then travel to a location far from the compound and send the message.
Wait, what is the difference between that and just writing a letter? It's the same thing, because the courier would have to like travel and deliver this anyways. Why doesn't the courier just deliver like a paper letter? Is that not like the same thing? Like that, to me, that sounds like the exact same thing.
But relying on offline storage came with a risk. It had to be physically stored somewhere, and the team just uncovered his stash. This massive collection of intel could help America fight the war against terrorism, but they can't check now. First, each room must be cleared before heading to the third floor, completing the mission's final step. 2 minutes to the target. 10 years ago, Osama bin Laden was trapped in the Tora Bora cave complex in northern Afghanistan, surrounded by US and Afghan forces. With 1,000 of his men by his side, he faced relentless airstrikes and ground assaults. It was reported that he recorded a farewell message, convinced his capture or death was imminent. And yet, he escaped. Whether through a hidden tunnel or with the help of local tribes, he slipped through the grasp of US forces. The team cannot let this happen again. This is their one shot. Fail now, and he might be gone forever. The SEALs form a tight line and quietly walk up the staircase. They reach the third floor. It's pitch black. Even with night vision goggles, they can barely see.
Was there no light switch though, like invented back in 2011? Couldn't you just like ask like the youngest member of the team to just like go find the light switch, like just turn it on?
They listen and wait patiently for any movement. Suddenly, they see a quick glimmer passing in front of them.
Whoa, what is that movement? Why does he move like such an NPC? What an actual bot.
A shot is fired and they quickly move in. 5 seconds to the target. As they rush the room, they see two women, bin Laden's wives, in shock. In one corner of the room, children are crying and curled up. In front of them, a tall male with a grayish beard is on the floor. They've found him. Target eliminated.
Wait, were they trying to eliminate him or were they trying to capture him? Would there have been any benefit in like capturing him alive, or was it better to just like eliminate him? Like, what was the goal? Would it have been like better or worse?
But the threat hasn't ended. Another high-ranking member could take his place. Intel on the second floor could be a game changer. Hard drives and other information that could expose the entire organization, delivering a second devastating blow. Out of nowhere, a troubling message crackles over the SEALs' radio. The Pakistan military base nearby has ordered jets to take off for immediate action. They know something is going on. Time is running out. The team quickly starts putting bin Laden's body into a bag. They need to bring it back to the base for DNA testing. The SEALs are confident it's him, although they can't be sure. Few images of bin Laden existed. The most publicized one was taken 14 years ago in 1997. Meanwhile, other team members are on the second floor, securing as much intelligence as possible before the Pakistani military arrives.
Wait, but couldn't Obama have just like called the Pakistan government? Is that how it works? Surely Obama has the guy's phone number. He just calls the Pakistan government, tells them about like the 9/11 guy like thingy. Or maybe like cell phones weren't invented back then yet. What was that? 2011. Was the iPhone invented? I think it was.
They take everything they can get their hands on: hard drives, laptops, and phones. With the clock ticking, final checks are made, ensuring nothing critical is left behind.
I mean, is this helicopter considered critical? Because I think it might look like you're gonna have to leave this behind. It looks like it's about to go up in flames.
Before leaving, the crash-landed helicopter is destroyed to prevent its state-of-the-art technology from falling into enemy hands. As the backup helicopter approaches, the team prepares for extraction. None of the SEALs were wounded or hurt, making it one of the most precise and successful missions.
But the United States has conducted an operation that killed Osama bin Laden.
As President Obama announced bin Laden's death to the world, his burial was already underway. To prevent his grave from becoming a shrine for extremists, the decision was made against giving him a grave. Instead, his body was wrapped in a white shroud and placed into a weighted bag and lowered deep into the sea.
I mean, why would anyone think it would be a good idea to give the 9/11 guy a grave like on US soil or in any other country? Like that would be like of course people are gonna like treat it like a shrine, and it's just gonna like, yeah, is that better? That would be like the worst thing possible. So instead he just gets dumped into the ocean. Okay, so he probably got like eaten by a shark or something.
The intel from the compound's hard drives proved invaluable. Alongside unexpected finds like Super Mario Bros. And Counter-Strike, the drives contained around 97,000 documents that have...
Wait, so he did have Counter-Strike on that computer. Would that have not given away his like location or anything? Wait, so the 9/11 guy was role-playing as himself in CSGO, because CSGO is counter-terrorist versus terrorist. Maybe he was trying to like spot himself in the game somehow. But also Super Mario Bros. He was into Super Mario Bros. Bro, this guy's probably like a huge Nintendo nerd.
The drives contained around 97,000 documents that have taken years to analyze. The information helped expose the inner workings of how his group operated, alongside future plans.
Well, I mean, in 2025, you can just run this entire hard drive through AI, and you can just like analyze it in just seconds. I wonder whether they had like ChatGPT. Actually, no, they probably didn't have ChatGPT back then.
It was around 3 a.m. in Pakistan when the army chief was told about the details of the raid. It was reported that their nearby forces only arrived at the scene after the SEALs had departed. In the days and weeks after the raid, the compound would be visited by Pakistani intelligence agencies, locals, journalists, and explorers.
Wait, so this entire time, Obama could have just called the president? Wait, this doesn't make sense. Why would they only choose to call him at... Wait, is that 3 a.m.?
It was around 3 a.m. in Pakistan.
Yeah, so it wouldn't have been an issue that like the president wasn't awake, because he was awake at 3 a.m. Bro, I don't know. A lot of these details, They don't really seem to add up. Because if they had called the guy over here, like he would have stopped the Pakistani military from intervening, and then the US SEAL team would have had more time to just grab everything and explore the place a little bit.
9 months after the operation, local authorities destroyed the compound to prevent it from becoming a tourist attraction. Today, all that is left is a concrete foundation.
And it took 11 months to turn it into a concrete. No? Okay. Plot armor at its finest, crashing a helicopter and no one notices you? Yeah, that is the thing. That just does not make any sense at all. That's why I think, I don't mean to offend anyone, but surely there are conspiracy theories that suggest that maybe the story is not 100% true. Imagine playing Counter-Strike and realize a few years later that you may have been playing against the 9/11 guy, bro. That would be insane. Do you reckon it was any good? What rank do you think it was? The biggest unsolved mystery is when the 9/11 guy plays Counter-Strike, does he play as counter-terrorist or terrorist?